Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bears Den Trading Podcast, your favorite place to learn about the market and how to be an effective trader. I'm MedMan, and I'm with my mentor, Grizzly. Good morning, bro. How are you?
I'm doing great. Had a really productive weekend so far. Really getting all the work done that I need to.
Awesome. So we're going to kick it off today by running through some trades from last week, a little insight into the next, and we've got some high-value learning and answers to questions that you, our beloved listeners, have asked Grizzly via Instagram, Twitter, or even YouTube. Look for those links and more at www.grizzlytrades.com. So let's get started. Grizzly, how'd you come by that bag this week?
Oh, well, for those that's in Team Bull, that this wasn't my best week. I didn't have no red days, but I let emotions in. I know 2 days this week. It really affected my trading. One of them days I knew I shouldn't have been trading, but I ended the week green, so that's a positive thing, right? Anytime we can end green. I would say my favorite stock this week was Facebook. I traded it twice. I think it was just both orbs, opening range breaks, and I just scalped it, in and out. I know the trade on Friday was a really good scalp. I think it was, I don't remember the exact percentage, but it paid me well. I hit my daily goal that day, which, really helped my confidence going into the weekend after not having my best week. And GM was a small account friendly trade I took on Friday as well. Both of these was called out in the Discord. I simply just took GM above, I think it got above the 20 EMA, fixing to cross the 20 SMA. The rest of the market was, showing strength. Volume was coming back in. In the calls, I think it was right at $30, real cheap calls. Any account size could have traded this. I took, I had a small position size, but I closed that trade out right at $40, which is roughly a 33% gainer. In the day trading world, that's a really good trade in my opinion.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, that pretty much sums up my week. I took a trade with Brandon. That worked out well. Swing trade. Just really looking forward to next week, especially the way the market ended on Friday. Had a nice run up. I would love to see that continue into next week.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a very strange week. It being a short week with plenty of worldwide news going on as well at the same time. So looking at next week, it's going to be a little tricky probably because, we don't know where the entire world is heading at the moment.
It's just hard to tell. Like we're just, SPY was all the way down to 410 at one point this week, which broke below. Let me look here. See, 410. That was roughly around, like in April, May of, last year was the last time it was in that area.
Wow.
We lost, but, the market, there's a saying, the market takes the stairs up and the elevator down. So it definitely can fall a lot quicker than it's going to rise. But from what I'm seeing on the chart, a lot of buyers step back in at that level. I'm not saying that the bull market's coming back, but, I was reading a couple articles. I didn't find no really solid evidence, but from what I've been reading, a lot of history has shown that people buy the invasion, Russia invaded Ukraine, right? So, that we have been building up to that news, and it's happened. And now, this is how it is. it's kind of like when, I mean, it don't compare completely, but like, it's kind of like when people, they buy a stock because they know there's big news coming up. But when the news gets here, whenever we get to the news, the stock will sell off. People sell the news,
Yeah.
But again, this is just all my opinion. I don't have no hard evidence. But it kind of makes sense especially for people, like the retail, or I'm sorry, the market makers, trying to get these better buy-ins and stuff. They've got a plan.
Yeah.
They've got a plan to make money. I don't know what it is. I don't have no insider connection, but if the market's a mind game, and if I was trying to think like them, if I could buy in at that level after everybody had, lost so much money and sold all the fear in the market, and they see all these buying opportunities, that's where I would have bought in. I've been adding to my long term this entire time, because statistics have proven that if you try to time the market, chances are you're not going to make money. If you're trying to time the market, chances are you're going to wait and not invest when you should, or not invest nearly enough. Dollar cost averaging is one of the, my favorite ways. I set up reoccurring buys on my crypto, kind of takes the stress out of it. Yeah, I mean, I started adding some long-term stocks last week. I've not held many long-term stocks in a long time. I've really been heavy in crypto, but there's just so many deals out there right now. I just feel inclined, I feel like I'm obligated to buy. Like, what am I waiting on? The next bull run before I start buying? Am I waiting on all-time highs to start investing again? No, it makes sense to start now. Worst case, I end up with 100 shares, and even if it does continue to go down, if I have 100 shares, I can always sell covered calls to create income. There's so many different ways to make money here, and we limit ourselves to thinking that day trading is the only way, or swing trading. There's so many different ways to make money, and people are always asking me, like, Grizzly, what's your income sources? How can you make money at this or this and this? What people don't realize, if you really, if you're, let's say trading, since that's what I do, there's so many more ways to make money than people realize. Like, what people fail to realize is there's multiple sources of income inside of their main category, right? So, for me, the stock market, I'm good at scalping. That's one income source. Okay. Staking my crypto. That's another income source. My affiliates, stuff I really like that I stand behind, it's in my link. You can get it. It's affiliate links. This all adds up to income sources. Don't limit yourself to one income source on something that you're passionate about.
Right on. Yeah, I
don't know how we ended up there during that conversation, but it kind of went, so I just went with it.
It's all good, man. I was going to say, even you got to think about it like, if you have a regular job, if you're on a schedule for a shift, you've got 5 hours on that shift, just say in 5 hours, and you make $10 an hour, right? So you're working an hour for $10. If you can add $20 to that day, that's 2 hours worth of work right there.
Exactly.
Alone, these things add up. And if it's something idle that you don't even really have to pay much attention to, what are you doing? Like do it.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, is this multiple income sources. And, one thing I'm learning, the older I get, it's quality over quantity, what I've been focused on here lately, instead of trying to add more, I'm trying to, just bring more quality into the ones I have, put more effort into growing the ones I have, because it's like anything else. The more effort you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And the goal for anybody, I feel like, should be to create, to work towards getting it where it's just passive income. That way, you can just have the freedom to wake up and do whatever you want. I feel like that's, mostly everybody's end game is just to get where they can just do whatever they want when they wake up, right? I say that in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know nothing but work. What would I do?
Work.
Yeah, but that's my end game as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like
I'll still be trading at Team Bull even then because that's just my passion, So
yeah, I mean, it's the trading, it's the hype, but also it's the help. Like, you're an excellent mentor, which I've gotten to find out like firsthand, and I feel like in the future it's just gonna be like an academy of its own, learning from you. So
that would be nice. I haven't really thought of it like that. Just I don't know. I'm gonna start doing these webinars. For those that's in Team Bull and follow me on my socials, know that I'm on March 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be doing a free options trading webinar for beginner traders. And I think that's what I'm going to start going towards more. I don't know how I'm going to present the other ones. Maybe like the Bears Den members can join them for free or whatever. However we do it. I think that's going to bring a lot of value to a lot of people and help a lot of people make a lot of money. Or it's not about a lot of money. Make consistent money. Help them pay their bills. Work towards their goals. That's my goal. I don't. If someone happens to get rich off one of my trades or something awesome, but I just want to help people get through life a little easier. And help them grow as an individual.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like trading in the market. You can treat your everyday life the same way. You can use these strategies similarly in your everyday life. Create ways to mitigate risk. Those ways are by creating income streams. That mitigates risk in your daily life.
Yeah, I mean,
it's always something to fall back on.
Yeah, you're right. But I feel like the most risky thing we can do is depend on one paycheck. You know what I mean? Like one source of income. I think that's more risky than trading a meme stock, or something, in my opinion, because, anything could happen. You just don't know, which I've been there. I remember it well.
All right. So moving on to next week, what are we looking at bias wise? What do we think?
Well, honestly, when I'm trading, I try to keep bias out of it when I'm day trading. But if I was giving my opinion, just looking at the SPX here on the weekly chart, first thing I notice is a green hammer. It's a bullish candle. And honestly, I'm just looking at the move we had last week up, and it's insane. Let's see. For me to say, hey, yeah, we're going back up. We're out of this correction / bear market. We're right there, close to whatever. For me to say that we're out of this, I would like to be above like that 45.95 or 4,600 on the SPX, headed back towards them all-time highs. But we'll see, so much crazy news going on. Anything can happen, but with that being said, I'm being biased, I guess, but I'm just bullish on the market. Like, it's just because time's on my side. I just like people, they talk to me about, the market's crashing, this and that. If it does, we're making money going down. It doesn't matter as a day trader. But, we've been through the Great Depression. We've been through World War I, World War II. We've been through multiple wars after that. We've been through COVIDs, all kinds of sickness. I remember 9/11 well. And to me, that was a lot scarier time than this is. I just think that we're just strong. And I think that we'll pull out of it. I think I have faith that I think the economy is going to come back. I think things are going to do better, But again, that's just me being biased as a bull. But when I'm day trading, I set that aside. I try not to trade bias. And that's what works out as a day trader, in my opinion. You just got to set that aside and come in and trade levels. But as a long-term investor, I keep adding. That's
Always.
just what I do. If I lose 50% of my money, I did a little thing on my Twitter, if anybody's seen that post, but I think it was like $70,000 a year. If you save 20% of that, which is, if you save 20% of your income for 10 years, that's $140,000. Okay. Now, if you invest that same amount into, let's say, VTI, and let's say it has an annual, let's just say for easy math, it has an annual return of 10%, right? In that same 10 years, investing the same amount, you would make I think it was $213,000. So you're really not losing half of your money, even if the market did go bad. But, time has proven it's going to go up. So, hey, I'm going with time. And I'm going with what has worked for me over the years. I wouldn't be in the place I am now. One of the reasons I'm in the place I am now is because I saved for the last 10 years, invested. Mm-hmm. The amount that I've made investing, if I had saved the amount that I put into that, I wouldn't be in the position I am now. Not that I'm filthy rich or anything, but I've just been, I've had a budget and I've invested like I should, and it's worked out. So I only can do what work. I only can go with what works for me and what has worked for me in the past.
All right. So we're looking forward to next week. We're, a little bullish, but still reserved, managing our risk. I know a lot of people are wondering, so I'm going to ask, in a red market like this, how do you manage to stay green? How do you keep yourself above the line on this one?
Well, first off, you got to realize that cash is a position. You definitely don't want to be forcing any trades in a market like this. And some people are not aware that even small accounts can make money in a red market, right? You can do this by trading put options, and these come in all different prices. Very small account friendly if you're day trading. And what a put option is it's what you use if you don't have enough money to short. If you can't, let's say you don't have $25,000 in your account, but you want to play the market to the downside. You just simply use put options, and that's how you make money going down. It seems, for a new trader, that put options are like, oh, that sounds complicated. It really isn't. If you just put a little bit of effort into learning what they are, it's not complicated. And for those that catch my next seminar, this coming seminar, I'm going to try to break them down for you all so you have a much better understanding. Nothing to be afraid of. It's like anything else. You just got to put a little effort into learning it. But in times like this, when the market is the way it is, the more disciplined you can be as a trader, the better off. The stronger your trading plan is, the better off you're going to be. I guess what I'm trying to say, you just can't allow much room for error. And honestly, I've made just as much money. Actually, if I was going back and looking, I've probably made more this year in this type of market than I did back during the bull run. It's just because I'm improving day by day as a trader, but it can be done. And for those of us that survive this market, whenever the easy bull market gets back, we're absolutely gonna crush it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about watching your trades closely, tightening up. That's all it is during these harder weeks is when you practice being more disciplined and being more
risk management.
Yep. You manage your risk more profoundly, I guess. So yeah, I've got some user questions here up next, actually. I hope you're ready for my amazing username pronunciations and all that. Oh, here's a good one. This is a good utility question, actually. Thanks, Grizzly. Oh. Vega Amaru says more like, thanks, Grizzly. I'm curious as to How to avoid pattern day trading rules with a small account?
Oh, very good question. And it's really simple. All you got to do is either get Webull, which, wouldn't be my first option. I prefer Thinkorswim by TUD Ameritrade. Much better platform. You just go to them, tell them that you want a cash account. What this does, it gets you around the day trading rule. You can trade with whatever available cash you have. With say you have $10,000. If you use up to $10,000 of buying power trading options, you're gonna have to wait till the next day before you can trade again. But options trade settles overnight. But if you're trading in shares, it takes shares 2 days to trade. But it's 100% possible to day trade with a small account, just as long as you're using a cash account.
Awesome. So let's see. What do we got here? That's great. I don't know how to pronounce the name though.
You don't have to worry about them.
Ija. No, I don't know. Anyway, getting back into trading after burning out.
Oh, well, after burning out, like blowing an account, I'm assuming, or something. Is that what they mean?
I mean, I would assume
I blew accounts myself when I was starting. Before I joined Team Boy, I wasn't the most consistent trader, day trading. I was good at long-term investing, but day trading was still, I guess you would say, new to me. I was good enough to lose everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you just gotta think of it like this. For one, if you're like me, you're like, hey, if someone else can do it, I can do it. And two, there's a reason you're losing. You got to document your trades every day so you can go back and look. And if you document what you do right and wrong, you can go back and say, hey, I've done this wrong 3 days in a row. I need to cut it out. But you've got to get your confidence back, whether that be this paper trading, going and taking some courses, coming back with more knowledge. Whatever it is, you need to get your confidence back. And you need to come back. Don't start out with cash. Start paper trading. Get consistently profitable paper trading. I don't know, maybe for a month, 2 months, however long. Do that. Then bring in some cash, real cash, okay? But you don't want to try to be hitting home runs every trade. You need to start off small, set small goals, achieve them. You need some wins. This is going to help build your confidence up. Keep in mind, the larger position size you have, the more emotions that's going to come with that trade. Keep your size small, and just as you grow, as your ability to manage your risk grows, as your trading plan grows, then you can start increasing your position size. It's a process, but I promise you, it can be done. Right when, honestly, I don't have any better way to put this. I was so close to quitting trading right when everything clicked for me and started working. That's just the honest truth. That's how close I was to quitting.
No. Yeah, I mean, it gets difficult, but you have to learn from yourself in order to realize what you're doing wrong. Basically figuring out why you burned out in the first place, I guess, is what the answer to that question would be.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, you just got to figure out why. Figure out the why.
Yeah.
And just cut it out, simple as that. Just keep emotions out, have a solid trading plan.
And focus on, and like this book says right here, focus on one thing. Like, so if your goal is to grow your account and get to a point where you can make larger trades, then your goal is to make money. So paper hand things, take what you can get, basically. Like, take the little gains. It doesn't matter. As long as it's green, it's a win, And
I want to answer a question I've got asked many times. I don't know if it's on there. It may be on your list. I don't know.
Probably.
People ask me, like, how do I go about paying myself? How do I know? What account size do I need before I pay myself? This and that. Okay. That can be different for everyone. Let's say you want big profits. I heard someone say it in the Discord. I don't remember who it was, but let's say you have a $5,000 account, and let's say you need money. You want to add to your income just from day trading, and your goal right now is not to grow that day trading account. So you would, do some math, create an attainable goal, keep that 5,000 as your base, and just pay yourself weekly off your profits. If you have a solid trading plan, I believe that you could easily keep that $5,000. I'm not saying you're never going to have a losing trade and it's going to dip into that. You're just going to have to accept that and just, kind of even it back off with your next, with your wins. There is a way to trade with smaller accounts and pay yourself. It's going to, to me, it seems a little more difficult. I recommend, if any way possible, build your account. That way you can even, you can increase your size and have bigger goals. But, it don't work out that way. Maybe you need to create a way to pay yourself right now until you can create other income sources to build your account from. I understand different situations call for different things. So, yeah, there's different ways to do it, Just you got to, the main thing is to have a solid plan to follow. Mm-hmm. How you're going to pay yourself.
Consistency
like
for sure.
Plan,
yeah.
Since I've created other income sources, I like to take my profits and reinvest them. It's just, honestly, in my mind, it's just more return, Like I've done got my trading account built up so I can trade with that. Profits I can take out, invest them. So I'm making money, then I'm making money. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I choose to do. But I have a plan created for this, and that's what everyone should have. Just not with trading. Having a plan in general is just key, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, another thing about paying yourself is like having a budget is very important when you're trying to pay yourself, because then you're like, if you don't, then you won't realize, like, if you're only paying yourself 50 a week from the market, where's that money going? $50 is going to be gone before you know it. Like that's 2 dinners, like, so you really budgeting and keeping track of that stuff is probably one of the larger parts of that whole thing.
Yeah. For people in Team Bull, we have a sports betting section, and we actually have a Nemo calls out the trades in there. Not trades, sorry, the bets. Maybe if you're into that, take profits, maybe bet a little with them. Because they, it's a little more, the way they do stuff is a little more less risk. I'm not saying it's not risky, it's just betting, but this is just not ideal. I'm the worst at sports betting, probably the worst that's ever been. Like the goal is to make your money make more money. So even your profits, they need to be making money. Mm-hmm. At least that's how my mind works. I may be wrong, but that's just how I see things. If you can, if you got other income sources paying the bills, why not make more money off your profits?
Always be compounding. ABC.
Exactly right.
All right. Let's see what other questions we might have. That's actually not a bad one. TYB.JR778. Anything on reversals?
Reversals. Well, I'm assuming you're talking. Let's just go with a swing trade on reversals, okay? So we're talking about swing trading. I'm just going to give you some of my patterns I like. Actually, I'm going to give you my favorite reversal. I do like to see a nice reversal candle. Or if I'm looking for patterns, I like inverse head and shoulders. But yeah, I pretty much keep it simple reversals. You don't want to, like I trade the patterns that work, that have proven to work for me. Double bottoms, I don't hate a double bottom, but I like a nice bullish candle signaling that double bottom's real, yeah. I wouldn't consider myself an expert on reversals, but I do trade them and they do tend to work out. I was trying to think of a situation where I actually lost trading a reversal pattern. I really can't think of one.
I mean, the bounce off the 20 EMAs is technically a reversal pattern, right? Like, well, not a pattern, but like a reversal strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can consider that. It's not you don't always get continuation with them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like a bounce for a scalp.
Right on.
So, and that strategy is just simply the 20 EMA on the hourly chart. You mark that out pre-market. You find your 20 EMA. You put you a line there. There are rules. You know, you've got to have good volume. You can't have touched that area during the pre-market at all. I don't trade bounces that happen twice. So if it bounces there and I miss it and it goes back towards the area again, I won't take it. But I simply buy calls or shares of the area in hopes that it's going to bounce up, right? And I'm going to take profits around 10%. If I want to catch additional gains, I leave runners and adjust my stop loss to secure profit.
All right. So this looks like another pretty good question. IG818AV asks, besides books, what other ways can you improve the psychology part of day trading?
Practice for one. YouTube, you can, there's videos on that. And just, maybe a mentor, courses, maybe just talk about it in the chat inside Team Bull, people will help you with it in there as well if you're in Team Bull.
This podcast?
Yeah. Reach out to me. I'll help you best I can. Mm-hmm. If you're in the Bears Den Club, that community should be growing. There's always a helping hand somewhere. So you just got to reach out for it,
Oh, no. All right. P. Garay X said, LOL, people are using your account to try and scam. They just hit me up.
Oh, yeah. Be careful with fake accounts. There's two things I'll never ask you for. I'll never ask you to send me crypto to invest for you, and I will never trade your account for you. Everything I offer is at grizzlytrades.com. Okay? I don't want your money unless I'm teaching you something, all right? Mm-hmm. Don't get scammed. There's so many fake accounts of me, so many fake accounts of Team Bull admins. Trust me, these guys can seem legit. And their names can be almost identical. So don't fall for anything. I promise you, I don't want your crypto, and I don't want to trade for you because it's going to take away from my trading in my own account. It's going to lose me money. I'm not going to do it. I've tried to trade for someone once, a friend, and it didn't work out. Too many emotions involved when you're trading someone else's money. I don't know why it is. It's just a mental block for me. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different. It's a lot of responsibility. To take somebody's money and come back with just more of it somehow.
Then you lose it, and it's just you're just like,
sucks to suck, man. I'm sorry, and that's the truth though. Like that's what we deal with.
Yeah.
But to tell that to another person, yeah, right. Come on. I like this one. Gain Green Theory says, I don't know yet. Retest. Consolidation before a rally. Indicators, convergence, divergence, trading psychology. Basically a lot of big words in a row. But I think basically what they're asking about is support levels. Like how to spot a consolidation before a rally.
Oh. Or
squeeze.
I mean, there's different ways. I don't know that there's one answer to that. That's a really hard question to answer.
Mainly
what do I look for let's say if I'm let me break it down a little. I'll answer it like this. If I'm trading support and resistance, if I'm trading that strategy, okay, I'm simply going to buy calls at support. I'm going to buy puts at resistance. And what I'm going to look for to confirm that, I'm going to look for the retest. Say we come up, we hit this level, reject. Then we come back up, retest, kind of hit, retest, whatever. I'm just going to look for the candle to head down. A good bearish candle coming back off that. That would be my entry personally. If you're feeling like you just want to hit it, get in as soon as it hits it, be my guest. Just be sure you can manage your risk. Now, let's say I'm trading momentum breaks. Say we break through that resistance. I'm not going to be looking to buy puts if we break through. Maybe if I'm looking to trade that momentum, I'll take it right off the open right off the break, as long as volume and level 2 confirm. But let's say I miss that break. I'm looking for another potential entry point. I'll be waiting for the retest again. So I want to come back down, touch that same level, pick up all the orders left unfilled, and continue on bullish, go up again. That would be a potential second entry for me. But I believe that's about as far as I can go into that without teaching a whole course on it.
Yeah, if you want a whole course on that, www.grizzlytrades.com.
Yeah, check out the March mentorship.
Yeah, actually,
it's going to be taught live by Brandon, GD, and myself. Starts March 15th. You can sign up now. We'll be over a month-long course. Classes are recorded in case you miss.
Awesome. Somebody asked your daily routine, start to finish. This is Ryan S. 1986. Daily routine, start to finish.
Okay. Well, I am a father, for those of you that know me, so I'm going to leave the daddy details out of this.
Awesome.
But let's say I wake up at 5 a.m. Eastern. I work out. Roughly, the gym's a pretty good drive for me because I live back in nowhere. But I drive to the gym. I get to the gym, roughly around 6 a.m. I work out. Usually on average, 1 hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes. So, 7:45, I usually leave the gym, drive back home. I either meditate before gym or after. Try to. I'm not saying I get to hit that every day, but I try my best to meditate, get my mind clear. I come back, read news, make my watch list for Team Bull, where I call my trades out for those who are in Team Bull. Then I get on voice at 9 a.m. Eastern. Get ready for the market open. I trade. After I finish trading, if I have any one-on-one schedule, I take care of them. Then I work on my other side hustles, added in with my fatherly duties, some days I work till 8 p.m., 10 p.m. I always go to bed around 10 p.m. though. Got to make sure I get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Trying to think if I left anything out. I used to actually keep a detailed schedule, but it's pretty much became habit at this point. I try to eat healthy, so I try to plan my meals out throughout the day. But yeah, that basically sums it up.
Except for random
I like to make
sushi
a little
visits.
time I do have some random sushi splurges.
Sushi's good for you though.
Yeah, I love sushi. What else? I always make time to learn as well. So when I say working, sometimes it's involved me furthering my education, whether it be reading books, watching videos, even doing, I myself, I know I do one-on-ones, but I do one-on-ones with other people. Like if I'm trying to learn something like real estate, whatever it is, I find someone that's an expert in that field. I don't care to pay for the education. Like it's worth it to me. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, investing in your education I'm not just talking about college. I'm just talking about like courses, books, whatever. It's one of the best investments you can make. It all starts in your mind, right? But yeah, I hope that answers that detailed enough.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I will say this. On the 775 hard workout I'm on now, I do have to work out twice a day. So I have been doing that. But on a regular, I just work out, on regular schedule, I work out once.
2 days, really? Gee whiz.
2 a day.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. I saw a good one. Where'd it go? Oh yeah. I think you like this one. TCP Elf. What was trading like when you were still working in construction?
Well, I just made time, I was a boss, right? So I had a little more flexibility than the average worker because I could pretty much get my crew going and get them set up, just make sure everything's maintained, and I could just kind of do my own thing I'd have some spare time. So I would trade like that. I tried to focus, I did day trade. In the last job I was on, I happened to be on night shift, so I had all morning free to day trade. But if I couldn't manage my day trades, I would simply lean more towards swing trades, right? That way I didn't have to manage them as much. Could pretty much set them up on autopilot, Yeah, I mean, it's a little more difficult, yeah, especially, when you're trying to work, focus on trading. It does add extra work, but that's the only way you're going to learn. You just got to accept that extra work and just deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can also don't treat it like a complete and utter game because then you'll go broke before you know it. But
definitely
also treat it like a pastime while you're at work.
Yeah.
Especially
you do it, don't you? You trade, you work and trade. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm supposed to clock in at 9:45 and we open at 10. So 9:30 to 9:45, I'm a little more active. Than 10 o'clock, I'm a little less active. But ultimately, yeah, I can usually work in a couple of small scalps before I get started, or I can tend to swings as I work and look at it, here and there.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
I mean, if you want something bad enough, you're going to figure out a way. Just don't lose your job and make sure you're not underperforming at your job. But you just, I feel like there's a way. I can't think of many jobs where you couldn't swing trade. Unless you was just
there's a
will,
there's a way.
Employed in war or something. I don't know how that would work out, but as far as anything else goes, I don't see how you wouldn't be able to manage your swing trades.
Even when I was a barista, I'd be in the back, looking at Robinhood, which is what I was using back then.
Yeah.
I'd be back there, my buddy and we would be looking at him together, oh my God, what's happening to my money? No. But yeah, I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. There's always some way to take a piece of the pie, Always. You just gotta find it. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty solid show for this week. We went over quite a few things, a lot of user questions, some questions about the complicated market last week and what we have set before us and all that stuff. So yeah, we just want to remind you about that mentorship, right, Grizzly? Go ahead and tell us about that real quick.
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit earlier, but like I said, it's going to be a month-long course taught live. Classes are usually on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes your schedule don't work with that. They're going to be recorded to fit any schedule. So if you missed the live class, the recording will be there waiting on you. We'll have a detailed schedule put out, and you'll have access to these forever. So you don't want to miss out on this. It's really going to be worth the investment for you. It's honestly, I think we got it priced at $5.99 right now, and that's the cost of one bad trade, honestly. And it's a tax write-off. So if you're worried about that, just simply use it as a tax write-off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that it is. Be
sure to check it out. March Mentorship. You can find that at grizzlytrades.com, or you can go to my Instagram, click on the link in bio, it's there, or my Twitter, link in bio, it's there.
Awesome. And Also, remember to check out Grizzly's free beginners trading seminar on March 5th at noon. This seminar will be a deeply valuable learning experience for beginner and intermediate traders alike. For more information, educational material, and bonus content, please check out www.thebearsdenmemberslounge.com. Also, for all of our multiple avenues of podcast delivery, you can go to www.thebearsdentradingpodcast.com. And lastly, please remember that we are offering education at the Bears Den Trading Podcast. This is not financial advice. Please take notes, mind your trades, and always contact us with any questions you have. And links are also available at grizzlytrades.com.
Awesome. I'll see y'all next week.
Right on, right on.